class, we have seen a finalize method. So what is the purpose of finalize method? Is similar to destructor as in your C++. But a destructor will automatically invoked when object goes out of scope. But here finalize method is invoked when JVM call the garbage collector by using system.gc method. That system.gc method is called by only JVM, but we can also call system.gc explicitly. Even if you are calling system.gc explicitly, that is decided by only the JVM whether it has to be called or need not to be called. That is decided by only JVM. And overloading, method overloading. So method overloading is nothing but a function overloading as in your C++. And then call by value and call by reference. So here how we are passing reference as an argument means we are passing object as the reference. And then static member and then instant member. Static member is the class member. Instant member for individual object on member data will be created. And then next we will see static block, static data, static variable and static member function. Here I have defined one class called use static path. Use static. So within that I have two data member, static int A and then static int B. Can we initialize like this in C++? In data member, the data member of the class can be initialized like this while we declare the variable in C++. Is it possible, pa? Is it possible?
No, ma'am.
No.
Ma'am.
But here, is it possible, pa? So we can declare, we can initialize the data member while we declare the variable. Even it's a static or non-static, we can initialize. And then, pa, here two static data member. The data members are A and B. And this is a static member function. The member function name is method. And then here static block. So this is called a static block. So how you have to write the static block means keyword static, open brace and then close brace. So within that, whatever you need, you can write it within that block. So this block is called static block. So initially, while we execute that program, which function, which is executed first? Initially, while we execute that program, which is executed first?
Main function.
Main function. But if in a class, we have a static block means that static block only executed first. In a class, if we have a static block, that static block only executed first. So here, which is executed first means the static block is executed, then only the main function is executed. So first, system.out.println, here what we have written, static block initialized. So that is printed. After that, b equal to a into 4. So what is the value of a? The value of a is 3. So 3 into 4, 12. So now what is b value? The b value is now 12. B value is now 12. And then next which is executed now, next main function is a main method is executed. So within that main method, I am calling method without creating an object. So it is possible because that method is the static method. So I can call that method without creating object. And this is also a main function is also a static function. So from static function, I can call the static method directly. From static function, from static method, I can call the static method directly. Non-static method means you have to create the object for that particular class. By using that object only, you can call the non-static method. But static method means within static method, you can directly call the static method. So then it will come to here. So now it will print that x value. So x is nothing but here what we are passing 42. So now it will print 42 and then it will print a value as 3 and b value is already modified in the static block itself. So now b value is 12. So answer is 42, 3, 12. And next, come to this program. So in this program, I have two classes. One class is called STA, another class is called uStatic. In this uStatic, the same. I have two static data member and one static member function and one static block and then one main function. So in the previous example, we have seen class with the two static data members, one static member function and one static block, one static main function. So here also we are having the same. So now so uStatic method only have the main function. So first here I have a two static block. So which static block is executed first means the class which contain main function, that class static block is executed first. So now it will print static block initialized. It will print static block initialized. So next, which static block is executed now? The static block. The static block is executed, but actually this has to be executed, but without creating an object for that class, that static block won't be executed. So first this class static block is executed, uStatic class block is executed. Excuse me. Ma'am, class இல்ல மேம் இப்போ கிளாஸ் நான் அப்புறம் கூப்பிடுறேன் மேம். ஓகே. Hello. First the static block is initialized, and then next actually this static block has to be executed. But when the static block is executed means if you are creating object for that particular class, then only that static block is executed. So that's why hello is printed. And then next I am calling meth42. So then this method is invoked. So now it will print x value was 42, and then a value was 3, and then it will print b value was 12. So here, if I not created the object, within that class uStatic, then that class static block, STA class static block won't be executed. Understood, Appa? Anyone unmute and say, ma? Understood or not, pa?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, one doubt, ma'am.
And tell me, pa.
Ma'am, why B in the program 1, ma'am, we are not getting B as answer? Why, ma'am?
B?
That means B is equal to 12. Why we are not getting, ma'am?
Oh, here, pa. Initially, B value was what? Nothing I have initialized, no. But within that static block, what I have written, that is B equal to A into 4. So before main function, which is executed means first the static block is executed. So because of that, the B value was changed from 3 into 4. That is B value was changed. That is now B value has become 12. 3 into 4, 12. So that's why after that, when I call the method, that B value is 12 is printed. Got it, Appa?
Yes, ma'am.
Got. Now, pa, tell me, pa.
Ma'am, here in this program too, in case if we don't create an object for a STA class, will it raise an error, ma'am?
We won't get an error. Pa, but that static block won't be executed.
Okay. Okay, ma'am. Got it.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, pa. And now, ma, you assume that STA class I have one constructor, ma. In STA class, I have one constructor. So now you tell me which is executed first, pa. If I created the object, then only the static block is executed, no. So if that class have constructor, which is executed first, pa? Constructor or that static block?
Constructor.
Constructor. Ma, are you everyone have understand my question, pa? Understood my question? Have you understood my question, pa?
Yes, ma'am.
So in that STA class, I have a static block and also I have a constructor. So when the class STA class static block is executed means if I have created object for the class, then only static block is executed. But if I have a constructor which is executed first means even it have a constructor, static block only executed first. So next I will show you the example. So here I have a class STA. So within that I have a static block, and here I have a constructor. This is the constructor, this is the constructor, and this is the static block. And then I have one more class in this program, that is useStatic, and it have a 2 static data member, 1 static member function, and then 1 static block, and then 1 main function. So now which static block is executed first means the class which contain main function, that static block is executed. Now only this class static blocks is executed without creating the object. Only this class static block is executed first without creating object. But for all other class which does not have main functions, that those class and static block are executed if you are creating object for that particular class. And in that class, if you have a constructor and also static block means which is executed first, the static block is executed first. Now in this useStatic method, this statement is executed first, so static block initialized. So that is the output. And then next part, now B become what? B become 12 because A value is 3. So 3 into 4, B become 12. So after the static block which is executed, this main function is executed. So this within that main function, I have created object for the class STA. So when I have a created object for the class STA, actually constructor has to be called. But if that class have static block, that block only executed first. So now this statement hello will be printed. Then only constructor is executed. So then the statement constructor is printed. So then I am calling the method. So here it will print 42, 3 and then 12. Got it, Appa? Understood or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, ma. Okay, pa. Thank you, pa.
Ma'am,
Ma'am, show the previous slide. No?
Go to previous slide. Okay, tell me, ma. This one only, no?
Here,
Ah.
yes,
Ah.
ma'am. In second
In
program,
second program.
if you not create that object, then it will not print hello
Yes. The hello won't be printed.
because it is in other class.
Yes. Yes, ma.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay, pa. Yeah, some other also.
ma'am,
And why B is not
What, ma?
sorry? Why B is not printed in program 1, ma'am?
B is also printed, pa. It is not visible for you. B is also printed in program 1.
Okay. Okay.
It is visible.
It's not no, ma'am.
For you, it is not visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, but now for everyone,
It's
the B
okay.
value.
No, ma'am, it's not visible.
Yes, ma'am. B is not visible.
B value is not visible. Okay, wait, I will wait, ma. Now it is visible, apa?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, now it's visible.
Yes, ma'am.
In B side, B program 2 is also in program 2. B is visible, pa?
Partially visible, ma'am.
Partially visible. Okay. Hereafter, I should not type up to that end. I thought in my system it is visible, na? Then I thought in your system also it is visible. So that's okay. Now both B are visible, apa?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And this program you understood, no, ma? Static block with the constructor, that you understood, no, pa? Shall I move to next?
Yes, ma'am.
Now tell me, pa. Tell me.
If in the class use static, if integer A and integer B are not static, what will be the output? Ma'am?
In static block, you are asking me what you are asking, ma?
If integer A and integer B are not static, like
Non-static
empty.
can we access that non-static data member in static block? Your question is, can we access non-static data member in static block? Am I correct or not, Pa?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Actually, I thought it is possible. Even I will check it, ma. So this one now I make it this int A and int B as non-static. Now the program is visible. Oh, I have shared only the screen. I share the entire screen. Wait, I share the entire screen. That non-static variable you cannot refer within that static block. I will share the entire screen, ma. You see the error. Can you be able to see the program, pa? Can you be able to see the program?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Now this int A and int B are non-static, pa. And then I try to access that non-static variable in static block. So then what I will get? I will get an error. Non-static variable A cannot be referred from a static context. Like that, B is a non-static variable. B cannot be referred from static context. Understood, Amma? That within that static block also you have to you can access only static data member. Non-static data member you cannot access from static block. Got it, Appa?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good question. And the next, to call a static method from outside of its class, we can call by their class name. So how we have to call the method means by using class name and dot operator, ma. Okay, so here I have a two static data member, that A and B. At the end, I have written A and B, that is visible, Appa. A, B value.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Here, how I have to call the static method from outside means class name and the dot operator. So here within that class, I have a two static data member and one static method. Another class. Here another class, static by name, another class. Within that class, I am trying to call the first class static method from another class. I'm going to call the static method of another class means by using that class name and dot operator, I can directly call the static method without creating object for this class. So usually if you want to call the member function of a class, you need to create an object for that particular class. But if it is a static method, by using class name and dot operator, you can call the method from outside of the class. So static demo dot call me static means then it will come to here. Then here that A variable and all static data member. So you can directly access within static method. So then it will print 42. So A value 42. And then next it will come to here. Then it will print B and then static demo. Actually here B is the static data member of the class static demo. Not only static method, you can also access the static member by using class name and dot operator. Not only method, you can also access the static data member by using class name and dot operator. Got it, Appa? Got it, Anatma? So that's why B value was 99. Got understood, Appa? Say, sir. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, can you explain it once again, ma'am?
Here, this class have two static data member, two static variable and one static method. Two static variable and one static method. So now, and this program have two class. One class is static demo, another class is static by name. So this static by name only have the main function. So only this program, this function is executed first. This main function is executed first. Now I'm going to call this method, call me static method of that class static demo. But I'm here, I am not created the object for that class path. Even I can call that call me static method by using the class name and dot operator. I can call the method because that method is the static method. If it is non-static means I have to create object for that class static demo. By using that object only I can call the method call me static. But this method is static. So by using class name and dot operator, I can directly call the method. So that's why control will come to here. And now it will print that A value was 42. So that's why first output is 42. And next this statement, after that control will come to here. And now B is the data member of which class? Data member of static demo. Not only static method, that static variable also can be called, can be accessed by using class name and dot operator. So I can directly access the variable by class name and dot operator. So that's why B equal to 99 is printed. Got it, Appa?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am,
Tell me, Pa.
If static demo class has a static block, now we should create object, no, ma'am?
Yes. Otherwise, it won't show any error, but static block won't be executed, Pa.
Okay,
Static block, wait, I will show you. Your question is, if it is have a static block, wait. In what name I have to save this program? Here I have two class, a static demo and static by name. I have to save this program with the name of static by name because this class only have a main function. So I'm going to save static by name dot Java. Okay, and now I'm going to, your question is, if it is have a static block, static block, what will happen? That static demo class. Static demo, static block. Yes. Now Java C static by name. Static by name dot Java. So something is missing. Actually, I have copied somewhere some special characters inserted. Static by name. Okay. Java static by name. Now again I'm getting only that output A equal to 42, B equal to 99. I'm not getting the statement static demo, static block because object is not created, no. So now we will create an object for that class in this main function. So now static what pa? Static demo. Now I'm going to create an object for that static demo class. Can you able to see this? Can you see this window, pa? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now I will show you. Now that static demo, static block is printed, no pa? Understood?
I mean,
Earlier also
already
it's printed.
it is printed.
But ma?
Ma'am,
first
before
output
not
also we
creating
got it.
object also.
It is, yes. Now only, now only I'm seeing. Yes. Static demo, static block is created. Wait, ma. Wait. In that previous example, this only, no, this example. Java program, Java program, Java program, static by name, use static class. Yeah, that class program name is use static. Use static into a comma 3 constructor if I am okay. In this program, can you see this program? Class STA, within that I have a static block.
Yes, ma'am.
And now and I have a constructor. Here I'm not creating an object. I will check it. Actually, it should not be called, but if it is called, some reason is there. I will tell you the reason. Java C, use static.java, non-static. So okay, static int A, static int B. Okay. What it is telling?
And first also like int A also static spelling.
Okay. It is that time it is not printing this block, no. This hello is not printed. But if that class have a, but here it is this static block initialized, that is this use static class static block pa. But why here it is calling static demo? Now if I'm not calling these method, we will check it pa. Understood? Can you able to follow me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
if I am not calling these call me static method and what and that b variable, first only I will comment this statement. I'm going to access only b ma. I'm not accessing that method. So now we will check it. What will happen? Java C static by name dot Java static by name. Now static demo, static block, that static block is executed. So now if I am comment both, if I am not accessing that b and I am also not accessing that method, so now we will check it. Static demo. Okay. So
Ma'am, anyway here the object we are
sorry.
creating.
That is also I have to comment. First I am commenting only that method. I'm trying to access only the variable. Okay, so here object is not created for that class, and also that method is also not invoked. I'm only accessing the b variable. So that time what will happen? We will check it. So that time also that block is executed. Static demo, static block is executed. But now I comment this also. Now I am comment this also. Now, so I thought Now, if you are accessing any member means, then any member of this class means first static block is executed. If you are not accessing that member, if you are not accessing any member of this class, then what will happen? This static block won't be executed. If you are not accessing any of the member, then static block won't be executed. When that time static block is executed means if you are creating object, that time only executed. Can you able to follow me? Understood, Amma? From this,
Yes, ma'am.
if that classes have any member, and if you are accessing the member from outside, before accessing that member, that class static block is executed first. Then only other statement and all executed. Okay, va? So if you are not accessing the data member, but if you are creating the object, then that time also which is executed first, a static block is executed. Got it? Got it or not, ma?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. And I will paste it. This is also in your PPT.
Ma'am, can you show the previous example, ma'am?
Previous example. Okay. This one, Nama. This one, visible, Abba? In this example, if I am not creating an object, what will happen? The static block won't be executed. But if I am creating an object for the class, first the static block is executed, then constructor is executed. In that, got it?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So now, in this one, Control X. Without creating an object, you can that static block is executed first. Static block is executed first.
Ma'am?
Tell me, Pa. Tell me, Pa.
Ma'am, this means that as soon as we get any reference of the class which has the static block in the main function, immediately that static block will be
executed.
Initialized.
Even if you are not
okay.
creating, object, if you are accessing any static member of that class, before accessing that static member, that static block is executed. Got it, Amma? In this example, I have not created in this example, I have not created object for the class static demo, no? But I try to access the member of that static demo that are all static method and static variable. So I can directly access by using class name and dot operator. I no need to create object. In this case also, the static block is executed. So from this, we will come to know, before accessing any data member, before accessing any data member of that class, that static block is executed first. Got it, Amma? Got it or not, Pa?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am, it means that. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am, it means that whenever the class is loaded into the memory, I mean, when inside the main, when it is accessed, it is loaded in the memory, now, ma'am. Then only a static block will be executed.
Even when you are executing this program, that time itself the class is loaded in memory. Both classes will be loaded in memory.
Ma'am, I mean during fetching. Ma'am, during fetching time. From that memory we will be fetching, ma'am. Even if we are accessing a single element of the class.
Okay, maybe you can take it like that, ma. You can take it in like that also. But now I am copy this one.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Now I have copied the output of this program. Got it, Amma? Even here I'm not creating an object for that class, but I got now even I output is wrong. Here first call static method a equal to, that has to be printed, a equal to 42, then a b equal to 99. Correct, Amma? So when before executing this method, before accessing that call me static method and a data member, b data member, which is executed first, means the static block is executed first. So that's why it will print a static demo static block, block, and then next it will print the then it will print the a value, that is a equal to 42. Then it will print the b value is equal to 99. Understood, Appa? I have copied this example also in your PPT. Shall I move to next one, ma?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And here a static method from outside of its class can be called by their name. Already we have seen this thing, no? Why again it's coming? Actually it is misplaced. Actually it has to come to here. It has to come to here. Okay. And next part, a final variable. So in C++, we have studied the concept called the constant variable, Noma. So instead of a constant variable, here we going to use the name called final, ma. In C++, we have used the keyword constant for constant variable, no? But here we going to use the keyword final. So prevent its contents from being modified. That is a constant. So we must initialize a final field when it is declared. So two ways are there to initialize, ma. So ma, in C++, how you initialize the constant data member, pa? In C++, how you initialize the constant data member?
Constant data member.
How will you initialize the constant data member, pa?
With some initial value, ma'am.
Initial value. Now within constructor, I will write. I will write one C++ program. Wait, ma. I will write one C++ program. How will you initialize constant data member? Have you remembered that one, ma? IO stream. Ma, it is visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Pass A, and then here I have created into A, and then here can I directly initialize, pa? Here can I directly initialize? It is possible, pa? Can I directly initialize the data member of a class directly like this in C++?
No.
What will happen if I directly initialize like this? It will get an error. So then only one way possible of initialization through constructor. So now now if I initialize the data member of this class A through constructor, A equal to 9. Now you tell me, ma, now again this will work or not, pa? Again, this will work or not in C++, you tell me, ma. Whether for this program I will get output or I will get object file or I will get an error, ma.
Error, ma'am.
Why, pa?
Constant should be while declaration it should be initialized, ma'am, with some value.
Constant should be initialized, that while we declare the variable itself. But in C++, we cannot initialize here, Leah. While we declare the variable in C++, we cannot initialize. But Java allow it for initialization. But C++ won't allow to initialization. So then how can I initialize the constant data member, ma?
Ma'am, member initialization list.
Yes, member initialization list. That is by using colon
A of 9.
A of 9. So in this way only we can initialize. But in Java, here instead of constant, which keyword we are using? We are using the keyword final. Final. So here two ways are there to initialize, ma. One is assign a value when it is declared. So this is possible in Java, but in C++ it is not possible because C++ won't allow you to initialize the data member while we declare the variable. So that is not possible in C++, but in Java it is possible. So this is one way of initialization, ma. And this is also not possible in Java, but here, ma, here this ISD final. Final means that is a constant. So you can also assign that, ma, here that member initialization is not there. So as like in your C++, in Java, there is no member initialization, but you can initialize like this, ma, I equal to 30. So this is allowable. So only in this two way, while you declare the variable or within that constructor, you can initialize. Got it or not, pa? But once if you initialize, na, again you cannot modify that value. Again you cannot, even after initializing the statement, if I try to change the value, I cannot change. Got it or not, pa? Yes or no, ma?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now can you able to differentiate, can you understand the difference between C++ constant variable and the C Java final variable, pa? Yes or no, ma?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So here this class, thank you, pa. So this name is this class name is final. So within that main function, I have created object for that class. So now I'm printing that f.i. So now what I will get? I will get I value is 30. So I can access this I from main function because this is a default default access specifier. So default access specifier means in same package I can access from anywhere. Okay, ma? And then next here also what I will get now? I will get I value is 30. Now here this is a class name final, and then I have declared this is class name final. F is the capital, so this is not a keyword, this is a class name, and this is a keyword final int I. So now this I is the constant. So I have to initialize the constant, this final variable, while I declare or within the constructor. So in both places I have not initialized, but I try to initialize that I variable within one member function. So then what I will get means, while I compile this program, I will get an error, cannot assign value to final variable I. Got it, Abba? So only two way of assigning is possible. While you declaring the variable, final variable, that time you can initialize, or within constructor you can initialize. Got it, Abba? Yes, sir, no, ma?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And next, actually here array and all implemented as an object. So here array and all implemented as an object. So here this A1 is considered as one object, A2 is considered as one object, A3 is considered as one object. So these objects are called array object. So if object means surely that have an instant variable or instant member. So this array object have one member instant variable that is called length. So what is the purpose of this length means? This is used to find out the length, the number of elements of that array. So now a1 dot length means what will be printed? 10 will be printed. So a1 dot length means here array are all considered as object, implemented as a object. So that object have an instant variable. That variable is called length. So if I write a1 dot length means it will tell the number of elements, that is size of that array. So that is 10 will be printed. And next when I print a2 dot length means now 8 will be printed because this have 8 elements. So 8 will be printed. When I print a3 dot length, now 4 will be printed. So got it, Amma? Understood, Appa?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And next one is a nested class and inner class. That is a new topic, ma. So we will see in next class, pa. Up to this, do you have any doubt, ma? Up to this, do you have any doubt?
Ma'am, can we make final member function as a constant, ma'am, by using final keyword?
Actually, we will use this final keyword in two places. One is in this constant variable, another one is in inheritance concept. So only in two places we can use this final keyword. So one is for variable, another one is we can make it class as the final. We can make it class as the final, but we cannot make it function as the final. We cannot make method as the final. Only two things can be final. Member variable and class can be final. So I will explain if class is final, what will happen means if you are making a class as the final, we cannot inherit that class. Only in two places we can use this final keyword. One is in the variable, another place class. So if variable is the final, now you cannot change the value. Class is the final, now you cannot inherit that class. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Member function and all can't be final. Okay, va? Any other doubt, pa? Any other doubt? Okay. So the remaining thing we will see in next class. Okay, va, pa? Thank you, pa.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, ma.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay,
Thank you, ma'am.